Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to show you a game I played against a high rated player. Stay tuned and enjoy how this game ended. Well, my opponent is playing white pieces against me. He's rated 1705. I'm actually rated 1627. This is actually a bullet game, 2 plus 1. So my opponent played pawn to e4. I played c6, trying to play the Karukan, but my opponent played knight to f3. I decided to play d6 instead. So after he played this, I played pawn to a6. These pawns in the center actually doing well, covering more space for my opponent in the center compared to my own pawns. Then the queen has more mobility than my own queen. The bishop are just too strong after having a lot of openings to come into the game. Well, what should happen from here? My opponent decided to want to castle early after playing this move, trying to castle the king to safety. I spotted the same concept and I played my knight out. A way to punish this move is by pushing this pawn early. So if pawn push, pawn takes, going to delay me from castling early. Probably after he castles, he's going to do some nasty kind of move against me. But the level I'm playing with is just 1600. So I cannot do more than this at the moment till I get better. So for now, this is what my opponent played. After I played this move, my opponent castled. So I went on with this. He still had this aggressive move, but he played this instead. I castled, then he played knight to this square. He still had that aggressive move. However, I did not launch it. Then I decided to put my queen on c7 to have an influence on this diagonal so me I can launch e5. So when my opponent played this move, I actually did nonsense. I played rubbish. I'm going to show you in a bit. See, pawn takes pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn. Actually, buy me an extra pawn. But this is bad because if my opponent wants to punish me after taking that, if we had that variation, we would have played pawn to e5, attacking the knight. Knight can go here, which is okay. Yes. Well, but if I had done this, there are probability to all these moves. It depends. My opponent had a spectacular bishop takes. He will have, if king takes, knight comes in with check, king comes to this square, then queen check, king move, queen check, king move, then queen to h3 checkmate. However, I did not take the pawn. I played foolishly. I played this move. Pawn to a6. I am 1600. I'm supposed to play better than this. Well, anybody can make mistake, and this is one example of it. I am a living example. I'm making my mistakes now to correct them later. My opponent found the best move by taking the pawn. So I took with the bishop. He attacked the two pieces. I took, he took. Now my opponent is up a piece. In fact, +2 material is written here for my opponent. Now I try to keep the 9 safe. My opponent chooses to exchange more materials on the board so that I can win the game quickly. I developed my bishop after my opponent played that bishop back home. So this happened, doubling up the queen and the rook to take my pawn on h7 and make checkmate. I spotted this. A way to get out of this tough situation is to play pawn to g6, which weakened my king's defense. So my opponent saw that opportunity to play bishop to h6, attacking my rook. I put my rook to safety, then he played this rook. This opportunity comes in so that maybe later if he removes the bishop to a square like this or taking the bishop back, he can start pushing this pawn so as to open up a discovered attack on my queen. And this pawn is kind of pinned to the queen if the bishop leaves here. So I spotted this. I said, okay, let me play an intermediate move first. So should in case something else happen, I will take this pawn, 9 takes, then queen takes. I can now leave that place. My opponent says no. I'm going to hold on to my pawn by defending with the queen to d4. So I played c5, trying to kick the queen away. My opponent went on with queen to f4, trying to still hold on that pawn. Then this time around, I put the queen to more active location where I can even have eye to more squares. I was afraid my opponent should not see bishop coming back here. That will still force the queen to go back. Then if he plays bishop here, trying to bring the queen to this square h6. If I take with the knight, pawn takes, queen, he will threaten checkmate. So I was shaking. But when my opponent played knight, I instantly moved the queen here, trying to support in defending this bishop. Now he played the rook to attack this pawn. So what to do? I decided to activate one of my active pieces. But first, I played this pawn move to hold on to this pawn. Then he took the bishop. I did not want to take with the pawn. The reason is this: I want to take this pawn in the center on e5. So a way to increase more pressure there is by taking with the queen, so that the rook attacks, the queen attacks, the knight attacks, three attackers. My opponent decided to defend with this rook. Well, that is not a defender. It's not a strong defense, and there is nothing like f4 instantly. So I took with the knight because queen is here. F4 cannot come immediately. The rook pins my queen, but it's not a solid threat. And I still have pawn push to f6. So after he tries to double up the rook on that file to put pressure on this knight, I defended the knight with the pawn to f6. After doubling up the rooks, I just move my queen to a place where I can still support the rook and this rook and still defend my pawn on f6. Here he moved back trying to push the pawn. I went for rook, activating the rook to be on the semi-open file. So he played bishop. In this position, I was just happy because I got the vibe. I just saw that most of my tactical training can help me here. The reason is I have these two powerful pawns in the center and they are connected. So I push this pawn first, attacking the rook. He went back. I push it again. Computer says this move is bad, but me, I'm a human. I just know little things. The little I know got me to this position. What to do? I was seeking my opponent to just play bishop takes and something else will happen. However, my opponent tried to throw in a sneaky move at me by playing bishop, checking my king. I just spotted pawn to c4 immediately. Rook is under attack. Bishop is under attack. What can he possibly do here? He just took the knight. I took the bishop. The reason is that I still want my queen to have access to this open file. The pawn is still attacking the rook. Now, pawn is still attacking the bishop. How can he deal with the two of them? I'm certain that I'm going to gain one of those two materials. So my opponent throws in a sneaky move, bishop to c7. Immediately, I saw I was winning. I just took the rook here with my rook, and my opponent resigned. Now, these are the possible continuations. If we take the rook first, I'm going to play queen to the back rank. He block with the rook. I'm going to take the rook, and that is checkmate. In case he chooses to take the rook instead, well, I'm going to take this rook and make it back rank mate. These are just guessing variations that may likely happen. There are more to it. So I believe you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Let me hear what you have to say about this game in the comment section. See you in more videos like this on this channel. Thank you.